maybe an anticipatory guide at the very beginning with questions that at the very beginning, what is their view of these topics?
Okay.
You know, should parents be able to decide for kids what books they're going to read? And if so, follow-up question: at what age do they allow their kids to decide for themselves? I mean, at some point, parents have to let go, right? Just bringing in videos to like a 30-second, like boom. I know that movie trailer before, which is kind of cool.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because that's what I was thinking. Also, yesterday before I left, I was like looking up band books.
Oh, perfect. Nice. Look at that. You're awesome.
So
that's great.
That just, I think too, it's like the great Yale strategy just speaks out to the kids.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes like not me talking to them,
Yeah.
but something else, like you said, boom. Like when you get that.
Awesome. Maybe you want to.
But what about like reading it? You know, first, like looking for vocabulary at least or something like that. Like you know, as homework.
It might only need 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the belt, as you're going to be teaching the belt by Ray Bradbury. There's annotation notes here. So what I did in the other lesson, I taught the lottery by Shirley Jackson, and I had the text dependent questions here with the sentence starters related to the chunk of text that they were talking about. And that just allowed them to just, instead of like searching in their stuff,
I like that.
it's right there.
Can I take a picture of this format?
Yeah, you can have that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think an easy way, and also when they reference the text in the writing, they can say in line number 17 it says.
Yeah, well we're like, our teachers here in 8th grade, we've been teaching them to like, before they start reading, like go number your text and all of that, or like, you know, and chunk it. So that's good that it's like done for them. It's a good model, seeing it already done.
Yeah, we're always reading first for understanding. And so notice the first read is to focus on the elements of the text, the key ideas and the details. And so always when kids read, we need to give them a purpose. So when you have them read this for the first time, what do you want what's the purpose that you really want them to get out of it the first time? It's a purpose for reading.
I think I want them to make sure that they understand like the key vocabulary, so that when we're going through it with the like text dependent questions, I don't want to our like read and our discussion to be halted by like I don't know what that means. And so I want to like be able to start going deeper, and then we can't do that if like we have to keep stopping to like to clarify like just terms.
Right.
I like how it defines censorship too. You know, it's a pretty like meaty definition, but just to be able to have a text dependent question break down that definition is, you know.
Yeah. Very good, thank you. There's a precedent already set here, and so they're going to use that precedent for all future cases, right? And so that's, I think, a side note conversation that kids need to know. Go ahead and identify those words then. We can make that. I think though vocabulary is a focus, that can be a secondary focus in the first read. You can have more than just that one purpose. Because
what else do you think they should be looking for in the first read then?
Well, what's
details about like the laws or
the big idea? So what do you want them to get out of the text? Like the aha. So that first read, they should really understand.
Well, I think some of my kids I mean, like I said, there's a few that I've been talking to about like, hey, you know that book has been banned in schools, and they're like, what? You know? But I think an aha for them is like, books are banned in schools. Just realize like people don't want you to read something, like, well, you know, and so that I want that to lead into questions after this article of like, why? You know, like what would be wrong with this book? Why? And I want them to be thinking that while they read their own books, like, why wouldn't a parent, my parent or some other parent, want anyone to read this book? You know, so I want them to see both sides. Like, see, I love this, but I see why someone doesn't.
So read the definitions of the words advocates and opponents. Actually, so right there, what are the connotations of these words? What are the advocates supporting and what are the opponents rejecting? Oh, anyway, writing text dependent questions is messy.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the best way to write text dependent questions is with someone else.